Hello and welcome to the another edition of Education Plus. Today in our studio we have the principal of Edify World School Dehradun, Mr. Ajay Lall. So welcome to our studio.
Thank you, sir.
Edify World School Dehradun is one of the most promising and dynamic English medium school in Dehradun. It is also known for its unique study programs. Sir, it is found that most of the English medium schools face the problem of students speaking Hindi, or in fact speaking Hindi and English, mixing both of the language while speaking during the school hours. It is expected that the students speak in English to be more proficient and develop their skills in the language. Do you also face such kind of problem in your school?
I think all schools, English medium schools, they face this kind of a problem because students come from varied backgrounds.
Right.
I've been working with schools where children come from background where their parents are farmers. And invariably, in most of the homes, they speak in Hindi. So the environment changes from the school to the home. And in this kind of a scenario, it's very difficult to try and encourage or make the students speak in English. However, we at Edify World School are taking steps and they have been pretty effective.
Okay.
And I think in our classroom itself and during the English period, we lay emphasis on spoken English. So the teacher is able to correct pronunciation, correct the grammatical errors, and train the students to speak proper English.
So do you use any creative methods or some creative ways to teach them?
Yes, actually, in most of the schools you find emphasis is laid during English classes or during assemblies, or they announce at assembly or tell the students or write a circular to the parents that they want the children to speak in English.
Right.
But those are routine methods. And at school we have observed that if you say do this, or don't do this. This is kind of an order, and you would agree with me if I say that nobody wants to be ordered. So what we do is we tend to bring in some creative ideas, and some of these I'm going to share with you. One creative idea which is comes to my mind is the classroom password.
Okay.
Now, what we do in this is that we have a word, English word, which is the password for the whole week.
Okay.
For every classroom. So, one word per week, the students are able to remember because they've got to say the password to enter and say the password to go out.
So it's a repetition of the word,
it's a repetition of the word, memory, plus they understand the meaning, plus they are told how to use it in a sentence.
Okay.
So this is one unique idea. Another is that we allow our students to speak at assemblies, to speak at events, and when they are preparing for big events, especially graduation or annual function.
Right.
You find that these students are trained a lot, and we at school we conduct roughly around 5 or 6 activities in a month. So if you look at that, we would have around 60 activities in 10 months.
Okay.
And 60 into 4 students for each activity. So that makes it 240 students.
Isn't it overburdened activities? Do you feel?
No, it's not. It's not. Students love to perform. Students want to show off to their parents. They want to be seen as someone speaking at assembly or at an event. So they enjoy this kind of an activity.
So do you have some extra programs also? Do you run, like you said, few of the programs? One was the way to memorize the word.
Yes, yes. We also have something called a DEAR program, DEAR, which means drop everything and read. So we have a time set aside for students to just pick up any book.
Right.
Right from grade 1 onwards, they one time they all sit in their classrooms and they are reading a book of their choice.
Okay.
By doing this, they are able to develop their vocabulary. Plus, they are asked to tell about what they have read. So, while telling it in the classroom, they develop the speaking skills.
Okay.
Plus, their vocabulary is enhanced because they are picking up lots of new words while reading. So, this is one of the programs.
Right.
The other programs that we run for students so that they get an opportunity to speak is the DEED program, DEED, which is, we have put it as debates, elocution, extempore, and drama. So through these activities, students are exposed to stand in public and speak and express their ideas. And students enjoy this kind of a challenge. They want to put their best foot forward, and they clarify doubts, ask teachers to train them, and they are able to perform. And this works like a miracle. We also have one more thing that we have started, and that is our media center. You would be surprised, of course, to listen to a media center in a school.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to ask you. A media center in a school.
Actually, our director is someone who's he's a visionary. And what I've seen of him, that he had this concept of setting up a center where students are able to do anchoring and voiceovers in a situation which is more like a live news reading studio.
Okay.
And he has been in touch with the best of media people who have helped to establish a media center at the school.
Okay, so these professionals come to your studio, to your media room, and they teach the students.
They teach the students scripting, they teach the students how to use the camera, they teach the students how to speak, how to do the anchoring, and how to do the voiceover, and how to face the camera.
The purpose of this media center is to build up the confidence in the students, or it's just a gimmick or the promotional part of your...
No, for you, I don't know how to put it across. For me, it's a wonderful thing that has happened to the school because I've seen many changes in the students who come to the media center, face the camera, and are able to carry themselves very well. Some of our videos that you see, they're amazing, and the parents are very happy about it.
Okay.
They have seen a marked change in the way the students pronounce the words, in the way they use the English language, and the spoken English in the school overall has been has increased. So this is something which is wonderful. I would actually suggest that most schools should go in for a kind of a media center.
This is a new concept because we haven't heard in the entire Dehradun. But don't you think these overburdened concepts and the methods restricting their abilities, or it is for the development?
No, I think these students who come to the media center, they actually have a long list of students who want to come to the media center.
Okay.
So it's just that we have created, for every day we create around 3 or 4 students to come into the media center. So within a month we are covering roughly around 80 students coming to the media center in a month.
In a month.
Which means that if we go for the whole school in a year, nearly every child in the school will have the opportunity to come and say or do the anchoring and express themselves through the media.
Very good.
We are also limiting it only to mainly for educational purpose. So it has nothing to do with showbiz or anything like that.
Right.
It's purely educational, and we want our students to take full advantage of this.
So what would you advise to the school students, say, in this regard, all these activities and the academics?
You asking me about the spoken English.
Exactly. The academics I'm talking about.
The academics and mainly the spoken English, because I think we want our students to pick up this foreign language because they are native speakers. So there will be regional speaker, native speaker. They could be Hindi native speakers, or if they pick up a foreign language or English. So our emphasis is to speak any language, but correctly, grammatically correct, and with confidence and with correct pronunciation. So if they are able to do that, that is what the school wants. And later on, what the students, where they go around the world is shrinking. They may go abroad, they may go anywhere.
Right.
They should be able to speak well, carry themselves well, face the camera, face the crowd, and express their own thoughts.
And you have used the media also
Yes,
in building up the confidence and to be more spoken, As Principal Mr. Ajay Lall has said, that the English spoken language in the Edify World School is the main USP of this particular school, and they have introduced a media center which have enhanced this speciality, or I say the capability of the student to improve and to rule this particular area, that is the hub of education, Dehradun. Thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.